Good morning, dear students. Today we shall deal with the next chapter, that is algebraic identities. Before diving deep into the concepts of this chapter, first let us recapitulate what we have learnt in previous years, that is up to class 7th. Now see, first of all, let us recapitulate what is algebra. Algebra is the branch of mathematics which deals with variables and constants brought together with arithmetic operations. Okay, brought together with arithmetic operations. Now children, you have seen that in this particular topic you have learnt about monomials, binomials, trinomials, algebraic expression. So simply see, if we consider, let us see this 3x plus 7 is equal to 6 by 5 say. Suppose we are having this particular equation. Now see, this whole equation is known as an algebraic expression. This is an algebraic expression. Okay. Now in this expression, if you want to understand, see, first of all, this is equated by equal to. So this is completely known as an equation. Okay, this is known as an equation. Now see, 3 is a constant because you can never change the value of 3. It is constant. 3 means 3. So this is constant. I am just refreshing what you know. 7 is also constant. 7 is also constant. And then what is your x? X is your variable. The value of x is different when the equation is different. Okay. Now when you talk of one term, suppose you are talking of this term, then it is a monomial. Only 3x if you are considering, it is a monomial. And if you are talking about 3x plus 7 as a whole, if you are talking about 3x plus 7, then it is a binomial. So children, when you have one term, it is a monomial. When you have two terms, it is a binomial. If you have three terms in an algebraic expression, it is a trinomial, quadrinomial, polynomial, so on and so forth. Okay. Now this is what we have learned in our previous years. Not only this, we also know how to add, how to subtract two algebraic expressions from one another. You also know like terms and unlike terms, like terms and unlike terms. Now what is a term? See, 3x is a term, 7 is a term, and you have brought both the terms together with plus. So this way this is what you have learnt in your previous classes. Now let us move forward with the coming concepts in algebraic identities. Let us see. Okay. Children, now let us see one algebraic expression. 4x plus 3y is equal to 10. This is not only an expression, but it is also a statement. It is also a statement. It shows this equal to sign. Okay. Now see, 4x plus 3y is equal to 10. If you want to know what is the value of x and what is the value of y, you simply start using trial and error method. Suppose x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2. Suppose, let us think. So it will be equal to 4 into 1. We are talking about LHS. 4 into 1 plus 3 into 2. So 4 plus 6 is equal to 10 and this is equal to RHS. Okay, by trial and error method, we could succeed in the first attempt only. That means you can take x equal to 1 and y equal to 2. Suppose if you are changing x equal to 2 and y equal to 1, then what will happen? If x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 1, then 4 into 2 plus 3 into 1, what you are getting? 8 plus 3. This is equal to 11 and this is not equal to your RHS. That means this statement is true only if x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2. So this type of algebraic expressions which includes equal to sign is known as equation. This is a equation. Can an equation be an identity? Can an equation be an identity? Or what is the difference? What is the difference between an identity and an equation? Difference between an identity and an equation. Identity and an equation. Just now you have seen a statement of equality. Okay, what was our statement? Our statement was, see, 4x plus 3y is equal to 10. See, we have written 4x plus 3y is equal to 10. This is the statement of equality. Children, do not get confused between algebraic expression and equation. See, this part is your algebraic expression. This is your algebraic expression and this complete with LHS and RHS. When you are writing some LHS equal to RHS, the whole is your equation. Okay, and the it is also known as statement of equality. Now see, what is an identity and what is an equation? Here just now you have seen that when you were putting the values of x as 1 and y as 2, then only this statement was correct. Otherwise, when we were changing the values of x and y, the statement was not correct. That means 4x plus 3y is equal to 10 only when x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2. The statement becomes false when you change the values of x and y other than 1 and 2 respectively. That means these type of statements are called as equation, where only the statement holds true for particular value of x and y. But when you talk of an equation which holds true for all the values of x and y or whatever the variables are given, then you say that it is an identity. You can say what is the example of an identity. Now see, let us take one example. Let us come towards our first identity. What is our first identity? Let us go through one identity. See, our first identity is a plus b whole square is equal to. See, this is our identity 1. This is our first identity. A plus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. Children, see, this is an equation. This is an equation because you have LHS and you have RHS and this is the statement of equality. Okay. Now you have to find out whether this is an identity or not. Whether this is an identity or not. Let us start finding out whether this statement proves true for whatever values we are taking for A and B. Let us consider the first value. Let us say A is equal to 1 and B is equal to 2. Now see what is the LHS. Your LHS will become 1 plus 2 whole square. That will be equal to 3 square. That will be equal to 9. Now what is your RHS? Your RHS is A square plus B square plus 2AB. That means 1 square plus 2 square plus 2 into 1 into 2. So see, 1 plus 4 plus 4. 2 into 1 into 2 is 4. That is equal to 9. That means this statement is correct when you are putting the values of A as 1 and B as 2. Now let us see whether the statement is correct for other values also. Let us change the values of A and B. Let us see taking some other values. Suppose we take A is equal to let us say A is equal to 3 and B is equal to -1. Okay, let us see this. Now LHS is A plus B whole square. Okay, your LHS is A plus B whole square. A is 3 and your B is -1. Okay, now square. Now see, this will become 3 minus 1 whole square, that will become 2 square, and that will be equal to 4. This was your LHS. Now see what is your RHS. Your RHS is A square plus B square plus 2AB. Okay. What is your A? Your A is 3. So 3 whole square. Your B is -1 whole square plus 2 into 3 into -1. See, 3 square is 9 plus -1 square. -1 into -1 is 1 plus 2 3s are 6 and 6 into -1 is -6. So you are getting 10 plus -6. So see, 10 plus -6 is how much? 10 minus 6. This will become 10 minus 6 and that will be equal to 4. Now see, your LHS. What was your LHS? Your LHS was 4 and again your RHS is also 4. You have changed the values of A and B. Then also you are seeing that your LHS is equal to RHS. That means A plus B whole square is equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB for all cases. Whenever you are changing the values of A and B, then also this statement is true. So these type of statements which are true for any value are known as identities. So children, we can say that identities are the statement of equalities which hold for all values of the variables used in that statement. Okay, so our first identity is A plus B whole square is equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB. Now let us prove this identity through activity also. Children, first let us see it arithmetically whether A plus B whole square is equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB or not. Let us see. First let us see this A plus B whole square. Okay. A plus B whole square is equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB. This is our identity. First of all, let us see arithmetically whether it is coming or not. Let us take our LHS. What is our LHS? LHS is A plus B whole square. Now A plus B whole square means what? A plus B multiplied by A plus B, isn't it? See, you know that if you write 2 square, then it becomes 2 into 2. So A plus B whole square means A plus B into A plus B. Now when you are multiplying these two, how will you do? This A will go for this one as well as this one. Plus then B will go with A and then again B will go with B. This is how you multiply, isn't it? Do you remember the multiplication you have done in the earlier classes? So see, now this way you will do A then multiplied by A plus B. This A will go with the whole bracket plus B then again A plus B. Now see, A into A will give you A square plus A into B will give you AB plus B into A will give you BA. But BA is equal to AB. BA will be equal to AB. How? 2 into 3 can be written as 3 into 2 because multiplication is commutative. See, here also 6 and here also you are getting 6. So multiplication is commutative. Here I am writing AB plus now B into B. B into B will give you B square, isn't it? So B square. Now see, AB plus AB is nothing but 2AB. So A square plus 2AB plus B square. So that is nothing but, you can write it as A square plus B square plus 2AB or A square plus 2AB plus B square. So arithmetically we have already proved that this statement is correct. Now let us do this through geometrical method. Let us see the geometrical method also, how we can prove this particular statement of equality, which is our first identity. Children, first of all, let us take a square. Let us take a square whose side is equal to a plus b. Let us take a square. Now I am using a scale. So let us see here. Approximately, let us say that we are taking a square. Okay. Now this is our square. So it looks like a square now. Yes, it is a square. Okay. So here we are with a square. Let us cross this unnecessary part. Now see, what is this, children? This we have taken as, let this be a square, and let us say that it is equal to a plus b whole square. A plus b whole square. Let us take this as a plus b whole square. Now, since this is a plus b whole square, let us say that this much part is our a and this much part is our b. So from this part, let us draw a straight line to to identify A and B separately. Let us identify A and B separately. Okay, so let me change the color. Let me take some other color so that you will come to know that this is the difference between, this is the change between A and B. Now see, okay, now see here we have changed A and B. This part, this much is your A and this much is your B. This much is your B. Now see, from here, if you come here and see, you have to differentiate here also. So let us say that this up to here only, it is our A. Okay, this is A. So let us now draw one more horizontal line to get A square. Let us try to get A square, because we got one side as A, so we want one more side as A. Now let me bifurcate this from here. Now see, okay, now we have got A here. Now see, suppose this is our A, so this is also our A. Okay, so since this is A, this is also A, this is also your A. Okay, this part will be equal to this part. So this is also A. Since this is A, this part and this part are also equal. So this is also A. Okay, and this one is also equal to A. Similarly, you see this part is B. So this part is also B and this part is also B. Since this part is A, this part is also A. That means see, the whole is A plus B. So here if you are getting A, this one is B, this one is also B and this one is also equal to B. Now children, let us find out the area of each square. Now see, the area of this square will be, see, this is A and this is A. So A into A. So your value is A square. Now when you come to this square, its length is B and breadth is A. So here the area will be B into A, that is BA or AB, whatever you want to write. Now see here, length and breadth both are B and B. So you are getting B into B. So it is equal to B square. Now here you see this part is B and this part is A. So again B into A or A into B, whatever it is, you are getting AB. Now children, simply you just try to understand what you are getting. See, A square plus AB plus AB plus B square. See, A square plus AB plus AB plus B square. That means a square plus 2ab plus b square. So geometrically also you can prove a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. So children, this is your first identity and we shall be solving our worksheet 1 using this particular identity. Come on children, now let us solve some questions using the identity a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab using the first identity. Okay, find the following by using identity 1. So the first question I'm going to solve here is 2x plus 5 whole square. How will you find the value of this? 2x plus 5 whole square is equal to how much? Now we can use the identity. Suppose you are taking 2x as a. Suppose this 2x is equal to a and this 5 is equal to b. Then you see this is your first identity, a plus b whole square. And what is your a plus b whole square? Your a plus b whole square is a square plus b square plus 2ab. I write b square first so that you can keep it in mind that first term whole square plus second term whole square plus 2 into first term into second term. 2 into first term into second term. Now let us just put the values of a and b in this equation. So see, suppose a is 2x and b is 5. Then see 2x plus 5 whole square is equal to, in the place of a you will put 2x and in the place of b you will put 5. So a means 2x whole square plus b means 5 whole square plus 2 into 2x into 5. Now see, this will be equal to 2x whole square means 2x into 2x, so it will be 4x square plus 5 whole square means 25 plus see 2 into 2x into 5, x will remain as it is an unlike. It is a variable, so 5 to the 10 to the 20x, this will become 20x. So your final answer is 4x square plus 20x plus 25. Your answer is correct whether you write 4x square plus 25 plus 20x or 4x square plus 20x plus 25. So finally 2x plus 5 whole square is equal to 4x square plus 20x plus 25. Let us see one more question. Suppose you have 0.2x plus 1.5 whole square. Now let us see one more question. 0.2x plus 1.5y. 1.5y whole square. Now how will you calculate this? Children, again see. Suppose if you are taking 0.2x as a and you are taking 1.5y as b, then see here these two are separated by plus and here you are getting square. So a plus b whole square. Now what is your identity a plus b whole square? It is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. Simply put the values of a and b. Here a plus b whole square means 0.2x plus 1.5 whole square will be 1.5y. Children, just keep it in mind, it is 1.5y. 0.2x plus 1.5y whole square is equal to a square means 0.2x whole square plus 1.5y whole square plus 2 into 0.2x into 1.5y. So this is how you will move forward. You need to have excellent calculation skills. If you do not have that calculation skills, you will be getting wrong answer. Now see 0.2x, that means 0.2x into 0.2x. Okay, so see 2 2s are 4 and x into x is x square. Now after point 1 and after point 1, so you should have after point 2 digits, so 0.04x square. So this will become 0.04x square plus 1.5y whole square. You are getting y square, but 15 into 15 is 225 and point will come 1.5 into 1.5. So 225, but after 2 digits you will have a decimal from the back. So it will be 2.25y square plus, now see, 2 2s are 4 into 15, 60. But see, point from the back you have to uh, put point after the two numbers. So 1.5 into 0.2 into 2. See, 2 to the 4 into 15 is 60. But 1 and 2 digits. So 1 and 2 digits. So 0.6. So it will be 0.6 xy. So your final answer is 0.04x square plus 2.25y square plus 0.6 xy. Okay, now let us see one more type of question. One more type of question. See, evaluate the following by using identity 1. Suppose you are being asked to find out 101 whole square using, you have to find 101 whole square using identity 1. Using identity 1. How will you do it? Identity 1. Without taking much time, first of all, write down what is your identity. Your identity is a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. Without taking time, you just write down the identity first. Now see, you are having 101 whole square. You are having only one number here. That means you have to split this number into two numbers like a plus b. So it would be better if you write it as 100 plus 1. Why, children? Because when you do the squaring part, like when you find a square, it will be easy for you. If you want to split, you can split it in any way. You can take it as 99 plus 2 also, 100 plus 1 also. Okay, but the only thing is, when you are splitting, you should find out into which number you will split, so that it will be easy for you. See, I have split it as 100 plus 1, and why, you will come to know. See, the first term whole square, that is 100 square, second term whole square, that is 1 square plus 2 into 100 into 1. Now see, children, how easy it is. 100 into 100 will give you 1 followed by 4 zeros, 2 zeros. So when you square it, 100 into 100. See, 1 into 1 is 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. So 10,000 plus 1 plus 2 into 100 is 200 into 1 is 200. So now add it. 10,000, 200 and 1. So see, 10201. This is your answer. So see how easy it is to find the square of a 3-digit number without actually multiplying the number, using this method, that is using a plus b whole square identity. Okay, children, I think you got the concept, and you can solve some more questions of this type using identity 1.